Hello everyone, this is Yakmulecha, an engineer turned candle maker and owner of a new baby venture, yours beloved and We Candle Supplies. Few of you guys already know that I went for some shopping. So, the thing is, uh, I was visiting, few malls. We were doing some shopping and I was with my sister, and I just noticed that there is a showroom for Bath and Body Works. And being a candle maker, it made me, think that I have never tried Bath and Body Works candle before. So the next thing that I did was I went inside the showroom and I thought of buying those candles. But unfortunately, uh, the candles were very expensive. But still, I just thought that as a candle maker, I should know what the one of the most popular candle brand is making, right? So what I did, I visited the showroom with my sister, and me and my sister tried, maybe about 15 to 20 fragrances, and to my surprise, I was not happy. I was not surprised by the fragrances. I mean, all these candles are. I mean, these are not manufactured here. These are directly being imported from Canada, if I am not wrong. And but I was like, these smell pretty normal. See, let me just sit and talk. Yeah. A lot of us have had a notion that since it's a bath and body work, or since the fragrances or the candles are made with much better quality because they are from US or from Canada, those are going to be much better than what we are making here in India. And I used to have that same notion, but not anymore. I'm not saying that these candles are not good. I mean, these are really good candles. These are really good candles. That's why so many people love them. But these, I don't know. I just feel like the regards or the praise that we had, or maybe the thing is, if to term it correctly, I would say we, after visiting the showroom, one thing that I have realized that we have been underestimating our products much more than we can make good candles. I mean, we are making good candles which can which are as good as the candles available in US and in Canada. So that was my point. But still, what I did, I bought a few candles that which we are going to review. To be honest, there were few fragrances which we loved, and at the same time there were few fragrances which I was like, who the hell passed them? I mean, there have to be some quality center who, I mean, there has to be a guy who will be, or guy or girl, who might be deciding or finalizing the fragrances. And there were few fragrances I was like, why though? There was one particular fragrance which made me like, I want to puke. I mean, that was so bad. But we are not going to talk about that here. So here we are. So as you can see, we have three fragrances here: sparkling beer, fresh cotton, and sun-drenched linen. Let us talk about the first impression, right? So because these candles are very expensive, so I am going to be very strict here. So the thing is, let us talk about this candle first. If we talk about the jar feels very premium. The texture of the jar, like this, actually feels like when you hold it in your hand, like a candle which you won't mind paying 1,000 rupees for. Although the MRP is for 2,299 because these are imported and they might be paying a lot of import duty as well, so that's why the higher price. But I bought this one for 50% off, so it cost me for 1,100 something. And the jar feels very premium. And if you talk about the label, even though label is very simplistic, but as you can see, the golden texture is very good, and also the overall texture of the label also feels very premium. You can touch it and you can feel it that it's a very premium label. And if you open the candle, it is also metal, right? The finish of the candle, let me just zoom properly. Yeah, as you can see, the finish of the candle is also very okay, zoom in. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, the finish of the candle is also very amazing, and the surface addition of the wax is also, I would say, pretty good. It is not coming out, so yeah, it is really good. The wick are properly centered as expected by an international brand. And one thing I would like to say here is that the fragrance, the cold throw, I mean, the moment I open up this candle, the cold throw is just hitting on my face. This is a really strong fragrance, and to be honest, I really love it. This is very if you want to know about the what sort of fragrance this is, as the name suggests, this is a very fruity fragrance. But at the same time, even though it is fruity, but it is very refreshing as well. I mean, I won't say that it's sort of a girly kind of fragrance. This is something that, I mean, can be loved by male as well, because it's very refreshing. It's something which puts you in a very good mood. This is such kind of fragrance, and I really love it. Now, talking about the let us talk about this one, because the jar is almost same. What only difference is the wait. No, the texture is also very different. This have a sort of the frosted texture, whereas this jar is again glassy and glossy texture, and the color is also, the gradient is also very good. And coming to the label, yeah, label is same. The tech, it very feels very premium to the to touch on touching. And let us talk about the finish. Again, the finish is very good. The cold throw for this candle is not as strong as the peer one, but still it is something which is really nice. Talking about the fragrance, this is the first time I have ever smelled something in the genre of you can say fresh, or not fresh but clean. You know, you might have heard of a fragrance profile clean, right? So before trying this fragrance, I used to wonder that what sort of fragrance is when you say that fragrance smells very clean. But after smelling this is what I will say is, so the first thought that which is going to come in your mind is a smell of clean clothes, and I never thought that this is something that I'm going to like. This is a smell of linen clothes when they are new, I would say new linen clothes, and this is very interesting and something which I would say very calming at the same time. So I would say this is very interesting fragrance. And now coming to this jar, we have removed the label to check the quality of the wick centering, and the thing is, this costed me for 999 without any offer. This is a normal 200-gram jar, and to be honest, I'm not impressed with, at least I'm not impressed with the overall jar quality here, because again you are charging 1,000 rupees almost, and I mean, as for the price, the jar does not feel premium at all. I mean, I didn't mind paying 1,000 rupees for this, but this I don't think so. This is very this is too costly in my opinion. Even though I understand that in US or in Canada these sells for very cheap, like $5, $10, I guess, and since these are being imported in India, these becomes very costly. But at the same time, because I am paying such a large amount, I am going to expect something very premium in my hand. And not only that, even the label is not good. I mean, the label feels like a normal paper here compared to the textured label in these candles. And this was okay. This might have happened during the shipping, but this is how I picked up the candle. The label was damaged already. And so coming to the fragrance, the fragrance is fresh cotton. It's again a clean flavor profile, but again, this is also, I would say, not a very strong fragrance. It is also a very, I would say, mild compared to these two. And the reason I picked this up is because first I like the fragrance profile fresh cotton, and another reason for that was because there was another notion that we had, or at least I had, that all the fragrance that are available outside India are very strong in nature. Like these are those fragrance, the moment you're going to put inside the candle, these are going to smell like they're going to fill your whole room and whatever. But that doesn't happen. That does not happen because fragrances have their own characteristic, and if a characteristic of a particular note is mild, then there is no way, no matter how premium the fragrance is, there's no way that you're going to get a strong fragrance out of it. There are ways to make the fragrance I would say sharper, and in turn you feel like that fragrance has become stronger, but that actually ruins the overall texture of the fragrance. Okay, so now another thing we are going to do is, now we are going to compare the cold throw properly. And as I have already mentioned, the cold throw of this candle is amazing, and if I have to rate it out of 10, 9.5, like straight away. This one I will say around 8 out of 10. Again, very calming and very clean fragrance, something which is going to be loved by all. This one, the cold throw, I would say, and the fragrance profile, 7.5, maybe 7, because this is very mild, and compared to the price that we are paying, I expected like slightly more. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to burn the 3 candles one by one, and we are going to compare the hot throw, that how is the hot throw and what are the texture of the fragrance that we are going to get once we burn the candle. And one thing that I'm going to do, since I don't know about you, but when I make candles, I make sure that the wick is properly trimmed, right? But as you can see that these wicks are not trimmed as per the suggested size. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, because this brand is I mean, this is a very big brand, and I'm pretty much sure that they have done their own research. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to trim them, I'm going to burn them as they are, right? And we are going to observe that how they burn, because if you talk about the general customer, the layman customer, they don't know that they need to trim the wick, right? We as a candle maker, that it's us who need to tell them that the wicks needs to be trimmed. So, and considering that most of the people who are going to buy the candles, they're just going to open up the candle and they're going to burn it directly. So I just burned the first candle. This one is sparkling pure, and I just burned it and started recording it. As you can see the flame size here, and as I said, I did not trim the wick. And let us see, I'm assuming, because they make, I guess they also have their own copyright or the trade patent, they have their own patented wick and also the wax composition. So I am assuming that the wick are going to resize themselves on their own. And let us observe after 10 minutes how the candle is burning, and I'll also be observing how soon or how much time this candle takes to form the melt pool, as well as how much time it takes to fill the room completely with the fragrance. So let us wait, and by that time let me burn the other 2 candles in other 2 rooms as well. And here I am burning the fresh cotton. So one thing I missed talking about, is the fragrance profile of this fragrance. Compared to the sun-dried linen, the linen, you can tell that you can recognize the fragrance that it's linen clothes. But for the cotton, I mean, It's good. It is a good fragrance, but I mean, I don't know how to describe it. But thing is, it for me it smelled more on a fruity side. I mean, when you talk about cotton, cotton is again very, when you, if you have smelled cotton, it has a very light but again a very clean sort of fragrance of its own. But I was not able to relate it to cotton, to be honest. But even though it's still a good fragrance, and I'm going to check how how strong the hot throw is, and how soon how it fills the whole room. So let me burn the second candle as well. Sorry, let me burn the last candle as well. As you can see, the flame has already stable compared to the triple wick that we burned just now. And again, I did not trim in this candle as well. So here I am burning the sun drenched linen, and you can, let me just focus properly. And as you can see, the flame have stabilized themselves. And again, I did not trim the wick here. I really want to see the hot throw of this candle as well, because the cold throw, even though it was very calming, I'm just curious that how the room is going to smell when it is going to be filled with a smell of nothing but a clean cloth. So yeah, this is something I'm really looking forward to. So now I have burned all three candles, and I'm going to wait for around 20 minutes, and I'm going to visit all the rooms and observe that how the candles are burning, and what is the hot throw for or each candle as well. So let us wait till then. So it's been quite an hour since I have burned this candle, and as you can, if you might, I don't know if you are able to see, but there is a slight mushrooming on all these three wicks, and also the flame. If you might have noticed that the flame was quite small when I burned this candle, and to my surprise, I mean, I was hoping that the flame height will increase as the candle is keep on burning, but that didn't happen. But even though the flame size is not appropriate, even then the fragrance is really amazing. The hot throw is strong enough to fill the complete room, and I have been working in this room for past 1 hour, and trust me, the room smells very, very amazing. So let us move to other rooms and check the hot throw for other two candles. So this is the second candle that we burned, and the flame size is really good. There is no sooting whatsoever. Uh, the melt pool also feel decent enough, I would say. And also, as you can see, there is mushrooming on the top. And now talking about the hot throw. The hot throw is uh, not that strong. Let me just go a little bit closer and see how it smells. Yeah, again, I am not able to smell much of the hot throw for this candle. It is there, but it is very, very light. Um, Maybe because it's a smaller candle than the previous the other two candles. But then again, it's been 1 hour, but the fragrance throw is not that strong, at least to me. Uh, Let us move to the last room and see how that candle is performing. So this is the last candle that we burn, and as you can see, the flame height is very good. Let me just properly focus. Yep, the height is very amazing, and also there is no mushrooming here. I mean, quite surprising, because we the pear candle is also maybe it's also a same jar, but I guess the wick in this candle is appropriate. There might be some defect in that particular candle. And talking about the hot throw, this room is much bigger than the other two rooms, and the moment I entered this room, uh, this room smells like heaven. Seriously speaking, this, I mean, uh, like when I checked the cold throw, it reminded me of clean linen cloth, but the hot throw is a little bit different. You won't it's not uh, you won't smell clothes, but it's really pleasing and very calming fragrance. And also very if I talk about the profile, it's very manly fragrance as well. And also I would say you can use it on a romantic date as well. um, yeah, I think why not. It's But then again, this I this the cold throw for this candle was lighter than the pear candle, but even then the hot throw is very amazing. I am really surprised by this candle. And now if I talk about rating the hot throw, uh, the pear candle, I would say 8.5. uh, the for linen candle, the I would say 9, because this is just amazing. This candle is smelling amazing. And for the cotton, I will say 5. I mean, the fragrance is there for the cotton fragrance for cotton candle, but it is very light compared to these two candles. So this was my review. Now for the conclusion part, let us go and discuss. So I hope you enjoyed the review so far. And by the way, this is the third time I am recording this part, because every time I recorded there was something more to share. So now think this: I bought 3 candles for on average 1000 rupees each, and all these 3 candles have 3 different issues. I am not kidding. Number 1, the pear candle. The fragrance throw is amazing. If I have to rate it, again, as I've already rated like 8 out of 10. And but the wick, the flame height is very low. I mean, even after 2-hour mark, the flame height is very low. And I was hoping that it will catch up, because the wick size was very long when we burned it initially. And the for the linen candle, oh my god, the fragrance again, heavenly, 9 out of 10. But again, the melt pool is forming in just 1.2 hour. It's a very big candle, and that means in about 3 hours, that is the average time that a people like 2 to 3 hours is the recommended time to burn the candle, right? Maximum 3 hours. So by the time it is going to reach 3 hour or 3.5 hour, it is going to produce soot. And also there's a chance that jar is going to heat up. I'm going to test this obviously, but again, the melt pool is just in just 1 hour. As for me, they might have a reason that for doing this, but as for me, I will say it should have taken at least 2 hours to form a complete melt pool, in order to have a balanced size of the pool, and in order to prevent the sooting as well. But again, fragrance amazing. Wax again is very premium. Cotton candle, the melt pool is forming, I would say, in 2.5 hours, which is appropriate for that size of jar. The flame height was also very good, but the throw is just very light. I understand there are few fragrances which have a lighter texture or lighter scent profile, but the cold throw was very good. So compared to the cold throw, the hot throw is like non-existent. So that is why I was like, if this particular fragrance is having a lighter profile, then the best way is to go, to increase the concentration of the fragrance, like from 10% to 12%, in order to have at least a milder fragrance response, milder hot throw response. But no, it wasn't not there. So I would say I am having a mixed reaction to all these 3 candles. I love the fragrances for linen and the pear candle, and I am going to try to have these fragrances available in my store as well. But the overall experience is, I would say, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, or maybe 8, 7.5 out of 10. And the only reason for 7.5 is the amazing fragrances, these two fragrances. Otherwise, it would have been just compared to the price. I don't know. I don't have much words to share. And now, don't get me wrong. I did not make this particular video to bash on a brand, because to be honest, I love Bath and Body Works brand. And the reason I say is this, because I want my own brand, the yours beloved. I want to take my brand in the same direction, right? And also, if we talk, and also the reason behind making this video was not to bash on the brand, but rather to share that, or discuss that we have been underestimating ourselves. We have been underestimating our own products. That even I understand that a lot of people, a lot of us think that the quality of raw material available in India is not good enough in order to produce maybe international grade product. I'm going to say no. Even though yes, the quality of raw material is slightly better in foreign countries like US and Canada and UK, but then again, there's nothing special about these candles that we start underestimating our own product. Yes, the only difference is the brand value that they have. If we have the same fragrance quality, I mean not the fragrance quality, we have the same fragrance quality after smelling all these three candles and all the other candles at the Bath and Body Works store, I will say the fragrances that we are selling are good enough. I would say the only thing which is left is the number of options that they have, and this is the good point. This is something which I have learned from Bath and Body Works, and this is the main, and this was another intention about making this video, is that learning from these brands, because these brands have been loved by so many people, so there has to be something that people are enjoying. So that is what I wanted to do. I want to take those good points from all these brands and learn from their mistakes as well. Now, talking about the good point, one of the best things which I loved about the brand is the simplicity. Like if you have already seen, might have already noticed that in term of design, they don't have many unique designs. They just have a couple of jars in different colors. That's it. So that actually makes the customer less confused in order to when he or she is selecting the product, because the main focus is on the fragrance, because that is where the heart of the candle lies. They have so many different options. Like if you as a person go into the store with the mindset that you are going to buy at least one candle, it is impossible for you to come out without any candle in your hand. Because me and my sister, we tried around about 20 different fragrances. There were few which we hated, there were few which I would say we liked, but not so much that we ended up spending so much money. But yet there were 3 fragrances which we just wanted to have. We wanted to buy those fragrances, like pear fragrance and the linen fragrance. See, that is the thing. So this and as well as all these bigger brands, they have so many fragrances that you will find something that is going to blow your mind. That is what I think, I would say, something to learn, to keep the design simple and just give so many options to the customer that they find something that they love. So this is something which I learned, and I am going to be incorporating in my brand as well. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy more candles from other brands as well, other bigger brands in India, as well as the international brand if they are going to be available in India, to learn from those candles and to see what are the quality that they are offering, and also what are the different options that they provide, and what is something that the customer really love. So I hope that you also learned something from this video. Again, I didn't want to bash against any brand. I just wanted to see what kind of what is being delivered by Bath and Body Work, and what is something that I can learn from that brand. And yeah, that is what just I want to share. And in the end, I'll just say, let us be passionate about our own brands and stop nitpicking our own products, and be just make just let us just make candles with our own heart, and just give, just make and sell these gorgeous products with just so much passion and love that people ends up falling in love with our own brands. So this is what I wanted to share, and that's about it for now. This is Yajin Valecha signing out. Bye.